Hi and welcome to Ocean AI. This video, I just want to have a quick look at the gold, silver and oil markets, as I think we could be at critical areas where we need to look for some decent long-term trades. So firstly, with the gold here on the weekly time frame, we had our high earlier on this year and we've sort of been trekking lower from there. If we look at what the Fed's going to do, with keeping this push for raising interest rates and the idea of getting inflation back down to 2%, and with the dollar strength and all that, that's likely to be pushing the metals down. So we'll see gold and silver at lower prices. If we just go from the low in 2018, the 61.8, well, 50% is down here at sort of 16, just above 1600, 1615. That's the 50%, and that's also, if we go into daily time frame, that would be an ABCD down into that area there. So this is what we need to be looking at, I think. So last week I was looking at the possibility we had, going to small time frame, had a couple of nice trades on the gold last week. We had this low here. We traded that up towards the 382 here, because I wasn't too sure if it was going to give way from there or if we're going to get a higher move. But then we got this ABCD higher, and we sold short. What was it, 58? Yeah, sold short here, and closed it around 48, just before the Fed came out, and then dropped it down here. So I think now, unless we rally Monday, and there's a possibility of going one higher, but I don't think that would be the case. That would see us come up towards 1770 in the 61% here. That would see that move there and then down from there. So yeah, it's least likely case with what's happening with the dollar and stuff. So I think we're going to continue downside here. This might just be the first wave pullback, and now we're going to head lower from here. So if we look at just the ABCD just off of here, that would take us down to 1685, which would be a double bottom from here. And if we get down there, I think it's likely we're going to go through, but just got to see how it opens Monday, Tuesday, see if we can get a pullback in here to sell. Yeah, if we can get a little move in here, I think come Monday morning, 382 would be nice. I'll definitely be looking at selling that one. 1742, something like that. If we go from the top, 382, 1746. But I think what I will do, I think we'll go off that one. I'll look for this ABCD up into 1742, and I'll just probably 80 or 90 points, keep the stop above 1750, and look for that next down leg. I'll keep an eye on this early on Monday, see what happens, if we get a gap higher, something like that. But either way, I think I'll be looking for it around here to sell. Yeah, looking for that bigger move down, sorry. Yeah, so that's the gold. Jump over to the silver. Silver's slightly different. We've had this big Gartley pattern from the COVID low crash over here, and then we've had this low, and then we've had a rally and then a pullback. But if we look at, I'll get rid of a couple of these things. Seem to have had 5 waves down here, and looks to have 5 waves back up, so we could be in for that move higher here. With this pattern here, is likelihood we could keep going, and silver just outruns gold, but not very likely, but it's a possibility. So if we start getting a move up here on this one, then we'd be looking for that 382 here, which is at 21.50. So we get this move up into here and then selling from there. And if it's going to be bullish, it'll go through here. And then we'll look for a pullback to go higher. So keep an eye out for this one either way. But if we go down here and just take out this low, then we're probably going to fold down a lot lower. Could see us down towards 16 here, which is the 78% here, or even lower. So if we can get back down here, this would be where you want to be buying silver, buying it physically to hold, and also looking for trading it as well. Because any time it gets down below 13 or 14, that's where you want to be buying it. More so for just an investment purpose to hold on you, just in case the shit hits the fan and we have no more dollars or anything like that. But that's another story I'll leave for another time. If we go over to the oil, just looking at the October contract at the moment. If we go into, where are we? I'll go to the continuous contract in front. That has the, there we go, this is the one we want to be looking at. So if we go to the, might need to be weekly, no, daily there. So we look at this run up from where it went minus. We're sort of just having this pullback here, and there could be a move higher again up into sort of 150. If you look at some of the news coming out of Saudi, they want to keep it because I think the US wanted them to produce more oil to drop the price of oil, but I think they've pretty much said, nah, stick it up your ass. We want to keep it roughly at around $100, so cut production to keep it up there. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, with this pattern here, we've had this big Gartley here. We've started to move off. We had that, we've had a, what was it, about $10 move off the low. Yeah, with this pattern down here as well. So multiple patterns in this area, and we've been bouncing around there for a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, and now we've finally got this explosive move off that moved off about $10 from this low, and we've had the first pullback here. So that low might be in, or there might be one more low if we just look at this leg here. I've come down into the 50% there, and we've started to move off. So this correction could be over, and we could be heading higher, or there could be, if we look at the ABCD from here, from this high to this low, could be one more move down towards 90.50. If we look at this area down here, so ideally that's what we want to see. If we can get this to drop from here down into this level, and then that would be our setup to go long there. Because if we look at that, that'll be a nice 3 drive. So we go from that high to that low, and say that one there is the high. And that pretty much matches up with the ABCD here. So we'll have double ABCDs. Go from the high here, that's the low, there to there. That is that first one, and then we'll have the second one as well, which will go down to the same area. So that's the ideal setup there, because we've got double ABCDs. I'll get rid of this one, get rid of this one. Yeah, and that's that 3 drive into a low here. always a good sign of a change of trend. That's that one there. And then also on that, the bigger picture from the low, that gives us that Gartley from there down to there. That one. So this is where we want to be long. But if come Monday, Tuesday, whatever, we come up, we take out this high, then this low is probably in, and we're going to head higher. So we need to look for pullbacks to get long. So we're just going to a 15-minute. See if we can have a quick look at this. Not really a lot there to start with. Bit ugly for the that first rally there. You get 5 waves out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to there. Then it gets a bit ugly in here. Could be a 1 and a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Pretty ugly. What we could do is just look for. It's going to be bullish. Just look for this to roll over down to 92.50 here. Just from that low, that would be close to a 382 down here. So bullish option on the shorter term would be this move down here, and then that would take us higher. So watch this area here, but ideally we want to get back down towards 90.5, 90 there. That would give us real low risk entry to possible multi-month move, taking us up towards 150. So this is why I think we're a critical zone here with the oil as well. So oil, gold, silver, it's all with what's happened over this last week. We need to keep an eye on it, and yeah, find some possibly large swing trades, multi-month trades. So keep an eye on it and go from there. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hope this helps. Cheers.